Hello everybody, this is Poison Dog 88 and today's Polytopia challenge is again going to be a new one, and I'm going to continue the trend of doing one unit and using only that unit. This might be the hardest one of the blank unit only challenges because today we're going to be doing cloaks only. So I've actually tested out this challenge quite a bit, a lot more than I'd like to admit, and I found that creative is actually the best one to do this on. And we're going to play as Quetzali because obviously they start out with strategy, which is pretty close to diplomacy, where you unlock cloaks. This is our setup for the game. 7 opponents normal as usual. Archipelago because usually it takes a while for us to get cloaks up, and we don't want people to run into us very quickly. I might actually switch this to Waterworld. Now that I think about it, yeah, Waterworld is probably going to be best for this, and huge just so we have a little bit of an advantage at the beginning. Alright, so here we are on our island here in the corner of the map. Not a whole lot going on. I think I am going to get fishing because no matter what I do, I'm going to need to get off this island at one point or another. And having fishing will allow me to upgrade my capital, and we'll just be able to get up and running a little bit faster. Take a workshop. I know there has to be land right here because this tile is coast, so we'll start moving our first cloak in that direction. So we'll get our first diplomacy, or not our first diplomacy, we'll get diplomacy. I think I also would like hunting. This is going to be a fairly slow start here because we have to get our capital up and running before we can do anything, and we need sailing in order to do that. In order not to get our capital up and running, but to get off of this island. Well, actually, it looks like we will need sailing anyways to get our capital upgraded. I would love to get border growth on our capital, and then we can get both those really nice whales. And we'll get our port here. You can just go off to the side, and we will get forestry, and we'll upgrade it next turn with border growth. That might hurt if there's a village here, but I don't really care. And then we'll get whaling this turn, and we'll have our first cloak out on the open seas next turn, because we'll get 20 stars from doing this, and we will train our first cloak. So how is this going to work? So I am allowed to use daggers as well. I should probably also mention that, because obviously I can't attack with cloaks. The only thing that has any attacking power is daggers. And I mean, technically you could attack with a cloak if you are infiltrating a city. The cloak actually does do a little bit of damage to the city. But aside from that, you're never going to be dealing damage to a city with a cloak or any other units. So it's just more worthwhile to allow daggers as well. All right, let's see who we meet. Illyrion. That's a bit of an interesting one. I haven't played too much against Illyrion recently, so that might be a nice change of pace. We are going to need to get a water temple in order to get border growth on this city. That's very unfortunate. Yeah. I guess I'll start heading towards trade. That might be a pretty okay one to get. Please don't give me a battleship. Okay, cool. No battleship from there. Yeah, we will need a water temple. All right, no battleship. Okay, cool. So that's enough to build the water temple here. I think that will be worth it because we'll get 30 in return from these whales. So spending 20 is not a huge deal to me. We'll go after this village as well. Thank goodness cloaks can actually take villages, because if they were not able to, this challenge would be nigh impossible. So that means I'd have to attack an enemy city first and get daggers, and then manage to get one of those daggers back to home base before taking a village. Something that's probably better in terms of just a little different, I guess, is that I can't make battleships with cloaks or daggers. So that means I'm not going to be going big on a naval game this game, which I'm sure, I don't know why I did that. I'm sure must be a nice change of pace. Water temple leveled up, and there's Yadok. Cool, they're bowing in awe of our mighty civilization. So that means that I think they like us. It looks like this town's named Lil Chu. And then we will get a port, and we'll get 4 whales from this city. Man, I love whaling sometimes. Whaling is just amazing tech if you can get a map with a bunch of whales. I don't even know how many whales I've harvested in this game so far. Archery and climbing would actually be pretty good because we could get extra defense bonuses. And climbing, I mean, we could just climb on top of mountains, so that might be a better movement in general. We do need to be a little bit wary because enemy civilizations can just go after our cities, and we will have no way of defending them until we get daggers. Okay, there's Amaji. They're also bowing in awe of our mighty civilization. So judging by this screen, none of them really hate me yet. But I do want to offer peace to both Amaji and Illyrian. And I'm going to go after Yadok just in case. We're going to be using diplomacy to our benefit this game. Alright, so this might be our final tech tree. I can't really see a need to go mining smithery or... yeah. This will be our final tech tree, I think, unless I just decide to fill it out or just get a tech because I have nothing to do with the stars. Okay, Illyrian rejects it. Okay, they both rejected it. That's fine. They're normal AIs. They won't why was... oh, I'm only allowed to infiltrate once per turn. Okay, that's perfectly fine. Why did they reject it? Their relationship is only decent. Theirs is great. They just don't like me. They're impressed by me. And how am I both charming and annoying? Usually you're one or the other with the AI, and their relationship is probably horrible. Oh, they don't know about me yet. How? I just infiltrated your city. Okay, so they're gonna attack. Okay, Amaji is suggesting a peace treaty. I will take the peace treaty. I think I can actually take this city this turn. So we'll kind of deal with some of these extra guys and then attack with that one. Okay, there's Aquarion. They're also bowing in awe of my mighty civilization. So it might take a while for some tribes to meet me. They have to see my daggers before they can actually meet me because my cloaks will be invisible most of the time. Okay, I mean, that tech tree thing being blue is just bothering me. I guess getting farming and mining wouldn't be the worst things ever. I mean, I can see one mine on this map and no farmland yet except for this one. Okay, they killed my cloak, so that was very not cool. There's Kiku. Illyrian established an embassy, so I'm going to offer peace with them. They don't like me, so I think we can safely just say we're going to infiltrate there. Alright, we killed Yadok. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about Kiku yet. I don't know if they know what they're going to do about me either. So we'll just kind of not do anything with them at the moment and just see what happens. I am going to fill out this tech tree actually. It's bothering me how it's a blue button and I'm not doing a whole lot with my stars. I think we'll land there and then we'll start another riot. And since they can't counterattack, I think we can definitely make use of some of these units. I don't want to put a unit inside this city because then their amphibian is going to be able to move here and then attack, which would cause it to be taken. I'm actually going to bring a couple of these daggers back towards base just to ensure that nothing bad happens to these back cities. I'll infiltrate it one more time just to get some even more of these guys, and then I will take the city, and that means I should be good unless they get a giant push off in here. They'll siege this, but then next turn I will just take this city and they will have no more cities. I don't remember if Kiku attacked me. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say that they didn't. Okay, so they're just revealing cloaks and being annoying. Symanti, really? All of these guys just have one city. Kiku is good with me, so I'm going to give them an offer for peace. Barter and Symanti, I think, are going to be our next targets. If I move here, I think that'll put you on land, and I don't necessarily want to deal with having a dagger on land yet. So I will just hold on. Well, actually, I will kill. Okay, you're still in a boat. They have boosted warriors, which isn't great, but it is probably fine. So it says park 250 points. Huh. So it tells you how many points the park is. I mean, that's just a little minor improvement, but I didn't know that was a thing. Okay, Kiku accepted my peace treaty. How does Barter feel about us? Out of curiosity. They don't know about me. That seems like a recipe for they're gonna hate me, so I'm just gonna get a couple attacks off here. So Barter's upset. Understandable. They have a giant. That's not cool. I can also see a cloak. So this city's already under siege. Where on earth is it talking about? Okay, the cloak was like in one of these tiles then. I have no idea where that cloak is. I'm gonna keep all these daggers kind of off the coast a little bit. You are going to be dead, so just get in some free damage on that giant. Okay, now that everybody's kind of a seafaring tribe, I am a little more on edge because I mean, they have a way to get to my other cities. However, if I get the first strike against them, then it shouldn't matter, right? Let's go harass the locals. I love doing that. When I declare war on Kiku, this cloak's gonna die because he can't get off of... Or I can put him over here, actually. Never mind. More cloaks aplenty. I don't want a catapult here, so we're gonna make it so it can't do really that much damage. Alright, there's Symanti dealt with. So Kiku probably won't be too happy with us. Okay, I don't know why I did that. I just stepped him onto a poison place. Alright, now next turn we should, or this turn actually, we're going to break peace with Kiku, but I need to see if we need to do anything else before we do that. Illyrian, Umaji, you guys still good? Their relationship with me is great. Theirs is also great. Okay, cool. Oh wait, no, I need to break peace with Kiku, because theirs is not great, because I'm about to win. So there we go. We broke peace with them. We should be able to launch a couple insurrections this next turn. Right, we're going to start a riot in their capital. Oh hey, and we got wealth from doing that. This stinking algae. I hate algae so much. They're probably going to try and take this city. So we'll get a couple of our pirates to come over here, and we'll have these cloaks in position in case they do take it. We can just take it right back. We'll get some more daggers. Beat up this giant boat some more. We'll put a cloak in here so that they can't just walk in this turn, actually. We'll get another port here. That is not a port. We'll get a... That's water. Okay, I am not playing my strongest right now. How long are you... do you stay poisoned? I don't get how poison works. Start whaling on this battleship here. Ordinarily, I would opt to attack the boat, but since we don't have any retaliation damage being dealt to us, it doesn't matter. We can get another riot in here, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be the end of barter. We'll start moving towards Illyrion. I think they'll be next. We'll save Amaji for last because we can just kind of have all of our units come from wherever in the world, and it's not too far to Amaji because they're directly in the middle. We'll take out all of their units, except for maybe... Oh, we did take it out. Okay, cool. I think we're going to station our stuff around Amaji and break peace with them this turn. I know I just said that I was going to get Illyrion next, but Amaji's right there. I don't think Kiku's going to be able to giant push, but just in the event that they do, we're going to be ready for it. And we'll get a bunch of cloaks around Amaji. We'll kill that, actually. We'll break peace, because now they think we're dominating. I bet Illyrion does as well. Okay, their relationship with me is only decent. So we're also going to break peace with them this turn. We got enough daggers lying around, it should be okay. Oh, a Navalon. That's worrying. I really didn't want to see Navalons this game. Move a couple cloaks up towards Illyrion. Honestly, Illyrion was going to break peace with me if I didn't break peace with them, so I think me doing it this way is just a little bit better. We'll get some damage in on that swordsman, and we'll get some in on that warrior. We'll take Kiku's capital this turn too. Kind of move you guys in a bit of a haphazard pattern, which I'm now realizing only really would have worked against a human opponent, but oh well. Speaking of human opponents, how would you all like to see me do some multiplayer? I haven't really dipped my toes into multiplayer all that much. I mean, would you guys watch me playing online? Maybe I could do a series where I try to gain elo or something. I don't know. Let me know. This is definitely... this is actually a legitimate question. I mean, it is a little bit for more audience engagement, but I actually would like to know if you want to see me do multiplayer, because that could be a little something different. I'm not sure exactly how much I would be willing to try something different, because I'm not sure how many people would watch it, but if you would watch me play multiplayer, then let me know. I'd love to do some multiplayer. Okay, they're trying to take this city. We need to tell them that is not happening. We'll just keep harassing this Navalon. We're going to need to get some more daggers up here if we want any chance of landing on the island, because if I land a cloak, they're just going to kill it immediately. So we'll get our barter daggers to come up towards Illyrion. I don't know how much Amaji is going to be able to do, because they're pretty much dead at this point. I mean, let's be honest. My hand is falling asleep from doing all of this clicking. Like, I can feel my pinky finger tingling. Man, thank goodness Polytopia is nothing like Civilization, where the more units you have, the less good your economy is. I'll actually put a cloak in here, because if it was like Civ, then I would be... my economy would just be in shambles. Okay, they're taking that. That's not very cash money. Really? I'm fine with them taking that, actually, and it's because I'm going... If they take it, I mean, I'm just going to start another rebellion there, and it's just more units. I'll always take more units. And, I mean, if they don't take it, I have a bunch of pirates just around ready to give them a good old smacking. Okay, we took out half that giant's health. That is pretty good. That is a rider battleship. Amaji, what are you doing? No, you're breaking the sanctity of battleships. No, don't put a rider inside battleship. I'm just gonna land a cloak there just to see what happens. Maybe I can confuse them by putting some in the water and another one there. I don't know. It's a bit of a long shot. Do they have persist? Oops, I wanted that. They do have persist. Okay, so I don't want to chain daggers together. I mean, they could get a really good dagger chain here. Actually, do pirates... They have a defense of 2, and it's times 1.5, so it's a defense of 3 right now. because I have aquaticism. I don't think knights can kill things with a defense of 3, and I'm willing to bet it's the same for Navalons. What's a Navalon's attack stat? It's 4. What's a knight's attack stat? 3.5. Okay, so they probably could. I'm not sure. I'm not going to get out polycalc and check. But that could be game over for us if they can. So we would like to dispose of that Navalon. Okay, yep, they captured the city. It's fine. Now for Amaji, I want to make a hole in here. We'll get this cloak in to do some rioting. Just more daggers. More daggers, the better. Alright, that should be Amaji dealt with. I doubt they can giant push, especially when our units are standing on all of the tiles they can build on, except for here they can put a water temple, or here they can put a water temple, and here they can put a port or something. But yeah, I don't think they can giant push. Alright, that Navalon's got 7 health, so I severely doubt it'll be able to do anything. Okay, good. I was a little worried about the persist there, but it should be fine. I can actually get a riot in this turn. Yippity doodah. I want to damage that dragon as much as possible, because they have an attack of 4 as well, and they have splash damage, which could be very bad for our dagger armada. Yeah, see, that's what I mean by it could be bad. But they didn't do as much damage as they really could with that dragon. The dragon's down to 2. That should be a pretty easy kill, all things considered. We'll just get some more guys up here, but I think that next turn, or in a couple of turns, we should have a victory screen staring at us. Okay, so they managed to break the siege. Perfectly fine. We're just going to start another one by starting another riot and just wailing on you. And we're going to attack you a little bit. We'll get another cloak there and another cloak there. Maybe we can bait them into... Okay, cool. So that's the end of the game. Hallelujah. Okay. So that actually wasn't as painful as I imagined cloaks only would be. I think that if I am to do this challenge again on a map that is not Waterworld, or on a difficulty that is not normal, it'll be a lot more painful. But this was actually surprisingly painless, all things considered. Considering I couldn't attack with my starting unit, I had to make daggers in order to attack, and daggers are actually really good when they're in numbers. I mean, like, this amount of daggers, we could probably take down a giant battleship if we had the ability to attack with more than 8 daggers on a unit. Alright, let's see our final score. Obviously, it's not going to be that good. 76% is pretty abysmal. But, I mean, we were on normal difficulty, so it wasn't terrible. Okay, anyways. If you want me to do multiplayer games, let me know. I could do live multiplayer games. I've really only done multiplayer once, and although it was my second top viewed video, but I mean, I could do random 1v1s. I could do 1v1s against some of you guys if you wanted. I could do 2v2s, 3v3s, 1v1v1v1v1s, whatever. But anything multiplayer, let me know, and I'd definitely be up for doing that. I just don't know if you guys would want to see that. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all later. Goodbye.